Hi guys, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. So if it's your first time, my name is Palma and you are so much welcome to the channel. There are lots of noise around, so I wouldn't keep long with the intro, but we are doing a bonnet. I'll tell you the story behind the bonnet we are coming to do. Okay, so we are doing a bonnet. I'm using this, my national service cloth. National service is over for me and I can't wear it anywhere, so I'm just going to use it for a bonnet. That one I can wear it to sleep. And I'm going to use this 13 bias. I bought 1 yard and I divided it into two, so this is half of a yard. Yeah, so I'm just going to do a bonnet real quick. Let's get right into, I'll show you all the measurements and everything, don't worry. So let's get right into it. Yeah, so I went ahead to cut a square piece. It was 28 inches by 28 inches, so the length was 28 and the width was also 28, and I divided it into two, and I further went ahead to to divide it into four. So now it's four. Okay, so that's four now. One side you can count the four, and the other side, that's the other side. So I'm just going to use that as my point and mark my radius from there, and my radius is 13.5. So I'm just going to mark 13.5 from that end to the other end till I get a complete is it arc till we, yeah. So I'm just going to draw like 13.5 till I get to the other end. I think that makes sense though, so let's just watch. Okay, you understand, you will understand. Yeah, so just watch closely, you will understand. Okay, yeah. So I told you I'll tell you. I'll tell you the reason why I decided to do my own bonnet. Yeah, so I went to do my hair at this salon, and I want a bonnet. Like I wanted a bonnet so bad because the hairnet I had was small for the style I did. So I wanted a bonnet, and one, the bonnet they had was small, wasn't the size I wanted, and I asked of the price and she said it's 35 cedis or 25 cedis. I was like, oh, it's not like it's expensive, but then come to think of it economically, the okay, you wait. So I'm just going to cut the excess off using the line as my guide, and we'll come back to the story. Don't worry. So that's what I have. I have something like a cone shape, you have that thing, and when you open it, it's going to look this circular. So I'm going to use the African print. That's my NSS cloth. I'm going to use it as a template to cut the other circle using the satin lining. Okay, so I'm just going to cut the circle real quick. You can see some part is bigger than the other, but it's fine. We are not tailors. We are just trying. Yeah, just trying to do a DIY, to cut off some cost. So that's basically that. I was trying to make sure the right faces are meeting. So the front is meeting the front and the back is meeting the back. You bob. So now I put the two fronts together, and this is the outside of each of the fabrics. I hope you understand. Like you understand. Now I marked some two spaces and I'm going to leave that part. Okay, then I went ahead to sew all around, and to be truthful, I didn't sew it myself. You have to work smart, not hard. So I took it to a tailor to sew it for me, and it took less than a minute to do it. So she just sewed and left the space I marked, and also she said you have to cut it small. You see how it is. So you have to cut it not into where you sew, no, like cut it small, so that when it turn, you have the shape you want. She said if you don't cut it when it turn, you won't get the shape you want. That's a tip for you. So I just turn it inside out, and I'm just going to flat iron it real quick so that we can get our shape properly. And guys, this is what we have. Now I'm going to draw two lines, okay, two circles on this part, on the red part. The first circle is going to be 2 inches from the tip. So that's, I'm marking 2 inches, and I'm going to draw this circle. Yeah, so back to the story. They said it's 25 or 35. I was like, come to think of it, the satin lining is 10 cedis for the whole yard. Yeah, so I back to business. So I went ahead to draw the circle, and you can see I left a space where we didn't sew. Yes, I left a space there up to that point, the exact same point. And I'm drawing my second circle, but it's going to be half an inch from the first circle. Okay, so I'm just going to draw, but that one is going to be a complete circle. We are not going to leave any space. Okay, so let's just draw that. Then I was like, come to think of it, the satin lining, a full yard is 10 cedis and I only need half a yard, which is 5 cedis. So then I went to buy the satin lining myself. It was 5 cedis. And I had this NSS cloth lying down that I will use. Yeah, so back to business, you know. So you can see the second circle is a complete circle, and then I left the first part. So I went ahead to sew just that. I think I'm missing the thing. So I went ahead to sew all the 2 circles, but there was still a space. You can see I left the space for the first circle I drew, but the second circle I completed the whole thing. Now I'm going to put my my elastic band in between the 2 circles I drew. Okay, the elastic band, I used the circumference of my head to measure because I'm going to wear it myself, so I use the circumference of my head to measure. So you can just put it around your head, and how tight you want it is how you cut it. Okay, and then I realized that the elastic band was moving, so I tied one end to the scissors, and then I continued putting the other end in my bonnet, but I used safety pin. So I pinned it to a safety pin, and that's what helped me to pass it through. Now once that was done, I went ahead to sew the 2 ends of the elastic band together. Basically that, just sew, not to boil with the sewing. So I just cut it short, and then yeah, this is how it ended up. It took me like 10 minutes to sew just that one. So you can imagine if I was sewing everything myself. Now the open part, I just put it together and I sew it, and guys, our bonnet is ready. Yeah guys, so this is the final look, and you can wear it either ways. This is this one side, so let me give it 360. But I like how it turned out. So this is it. Let me turn the other side. You know, it looks so colorful. So this bonnet is very big, but it's fine. If you braid, I can take all the braids. So let's move on to the next one, which is the scrunchie. Let's do the scrunchie. Yeah, so the scrunchie, you know, even the half yard, we even got a scrunchie from it. Like, you Bob, it's very economical. Yeah, so the long and short of it is I bought my own things and I came to do it myself. And the cost, the satin lining was 5 cedis, and she took 4 cedis for the sewing. She sewed all the sewing I had to do on the bonnet. That was the 3 rounds, and the scrunchie, and she took 4 cedis, so total is 9 cedis. So 9 cedis instead of 25 cedis. That's how to cut down cost, you Bob. So yeah, this is my my scrunchie. The length was, I think, 7 inches, and the width was 29 point. Sorry, the length was 29 point. Was 29.5, and the width was 7. So I went ahead to sew the long part, and I was supposed to leave the two ends open, but then I didn't want to come and give myself so much work, so I went ahead to sew the top part a little bit, and I'm just going to turn it inside out. Okay, when you're sewing, you sew outside, so about half an inch sewing. So I'm just going to turn it inside out, and yeah, nice. It has gotten me a scrunchie and a bonnet. A bonnet, really a bonnet. Yeah, so with the elastic band, I used my hand to measure because I like to wear my scrunchie on my hand. Okay, like, not that I wear it every day on my what's happening to my voice? I wear it every day on my hand, but once in a while I prefer to wear it on my hand, and I feel if it's tight on my hand, then it will be okay for my hair. Okay, so I'm just going to pin it to the safety pin, and then I'm just going to pin the other end of the elastic band to the fabric. That's basically that, and I'm going to do the same thing I did with the bonnet. I'm just going to pass my elastic thread through it real quick, so let's just do that. Yeah, so, and then you make sure you don't sew the other end, that's this part, completely, because then the elastic thread can come out of the other end. Okay, so once that was done, I just sewed the two ends of the elastic thread together like I did with the bonnet. It's the same procedure like you bob. So yeah, so that's how I ended up doing my own bonnet and my own scrunchie, and at least, like, even with that one, I have a video for it. So I've killed two birds with one stone, you bob. So that's very smart. Yeah, so that's the two elastic threads sewn together. Now I'm going to put the two ends of the fabric together. Since I sew one end already, I'm just going to tuck it in to the other side, and I'm just going to sew real quick. Yeah. And yeah, my scrunchie is ready. Yeah, so the scrunchie is ready. Very, very simple, very, very easy. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you've watched up to this point, then you obviously enjoyed it. If you've not subscribed, kindly subscribe to my channel for more good things. And also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy the video. And thank you so much. Yeah, so my next video, I'm going to print a picture on a mug. I'm going to try that one too, so you don't want to miss that. If you want to see how I did it, then make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.